Hi, my name's Gabe Arnold. I'm the founder of Landscape Marketing Hero, and I'm glad that you tuned in today because I'm going to share with you why it's really important to have a simple website to grow your landscaping business. Sometimes when we start out, we don't have the time or we don't think we have the money to invest in a website, but it's always well worth doing that. And so I'm going to explain on today's show why that's important and how you can really leverage your website, either if you have one now or if you're planning to build one. So stay tuned and I will share that with you. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. Recently, a friend of mine reached out that I've known for many years, and almost 15 years now, which is something I'm really grateful for. And my friend lives he lives a couple hours away, and so when we do get together in person, which is nice, we get to do that. We typically like to find a restaurant, somewhere midway, and that way we can each only drive an hour instead of driving, having 4 hours of driving in a day, which is a little bit harder to do. And so he said, "Hey, I want to go check out this new place, or this place I've been meaning to try." And so he said, "Here's the name." And I looked it up, and I took a look, and I was like, "Okay, like what am I going to order, or where is it at? I want to make sure I can show up on time because I'm really looking forward to getting together with my friend." And when I looked them up online, their Google Maps listing said that they were no longer in business, and their old website wasn't working. And so I immediately thought, oh, like, I guess we can't go here because, they're not in business anymore. So I called my friend and said, "Hey, just double checking before I hit the road. Like, are you sure that's where you want to go? Because their website's offline. The Google listing isn't, it looks as it says they're closed." And so I'm just double checking. He's like, "Yeah, I was actually there a couple days ago and they just reopened." But immediately I was, before I had called him, I said, I was concerned. I said, "They're probably not in business. So we're not going to do business with that, with that business." And oftentimes that's what can happen if we either don't have a website at all, or if we have a website that's really out of date and doesn't look modern and doesn't have our current, prices and doesn't have the services we offer, or looks like it's from, 3 to 5 years old for a website, might as well be 20 years old in the marketing and technology space. And so instead of allowing that to be a hindrance to your business, I would encourage you to really start to view and think about your website as becoming a 24/7 digital employee that should be working for you all the time. And keeping it up to date and having good information about what you offer is going to allow people to go, "Oh, great, here's the work they do. I can see before and after pictures." But just as importantly, you can actually share price ranges or rough budgets on your services so people will know if they have a budget to work with you. But before you share pricing, we have a simple process that we use for our clients where you get the prospect's contact information, and then you ask them, what type of, service do you need from us? And then you give them just a range of pricing. That gives you the opportunity to start the conversation and, get to know the prospect and then have a call with them or go to their property to give them an estimate. But you've engaged them because you can give them instant price budgets. And that's something that often, folks in the landscaping space that we work with, our clients, they're sometimes very hesitant to talk about pricing. But when we do that, we actually start to shut down the prospect buying conversation And prospects can Google instantly and get information, whether it's right or not. They can get information around what something should, theoretically cost. And so by not giving that information, you're not making your website as powerful as it should be. And by giving that information, again, even by just saying, I can't give you exact pricing, but typically, our cost to mow an acre is this much, or, in your neighborhood or this area, this is the price range. You start to have a conversation and you start to move a lot closer to taking that person from being a prospective customer to being a paying customer. So that's something that's really important to have there as well. One of the other things that's really valuable to do on your website, and I talked a little bit about this on social media earlier this week on one of the episodes, but it's a great idea to really write down detailed explanations of how you work and how you deliver, the results you do to your customers, because that helps you really educate those prospective customers. And when they understand your process and the more you educate them, the more they're going to trust you. Marketing in today's world is not what it was, as fun as it would be in some senses, back in the 90s or even the early 2000s. Having a really simple, basic website with hardly any information on it was okay. Having a Yellow Pages ad worked great. Being in the newspapers, older media performed differently than it does today, even though there's a place for it now. In today's world, marketing is all about educating your prospects and having a real-time conversation with them so that they begin to know you and trust you and like you, and then say, man, I definitely want to work with this company because I've had such a great conversation to start. So by being open and transparent, by talking about the step-by-step, all the details, giving people price range budgets, and just really being as open and transparent as you can before you get to the specific detailed estimate that's accurate pricing for them. Taking all those steps is what's going to help you really stand out in your market and make a big difference in how your website performs. If you need any help with your website, it's something I'd be glad to look at for you and even just give you a free look and say, hey, here's the things I'd change. Or if you don't have a website yet, it does not have to be costly. It does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be time consuming for you. You can quickly put up a website that performs and converts really well. I'd be glad to talk to you about that as well. So if you need any help with this, and if you really want to see your website go from being either non-existent or kind of a pain to deal with to being something that is really valuable and produces great results for your company, please reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com. Be glad to share with you the pricing, the process, everything that works alongside as we're building out a website for our clients. And if you need any other marketing help or any other input, again, we're here to serve you. So I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.